Hi everybody, it's another month at the end of that said month, and well, it's time to make the newest art journal vlog, right? I got my coffee with me, I got my art journal with me, so we can check out what I did this month. So if you saw my weekly Talk O'Clock vlogs at the beginning of the month, you might remember that I said that this month, being August, it would be the first month that I would produce more than one page for the Jenny Belly art journal challenge in the forum on the Ning platform forum. If you want to know more about that, just check out Jenny Belly and you will find it quite easily. So the challenge this month was to produce pages that go with the laws of attraction, meaning that you do kind of like a motivational page of something that you dream about to have in your life or to experience in your life. So the first week I went for what I want of the world to be like in my life. We have so many things that go wrong with the earth, society and humanity that it really bothers me, and I would like to get rid of most of the problems or the challenges that we have in our society currently. So for example, oppression. This girl here with the shut duct taped mouth is representing oppression. The wall here represents the disconnection between cultures because we are trained to hate each other by propaganda or misinformation or lack of information for that. These missiles here and the bombs represent wars. Ukraine and the Gaza conflict come to mind right away. The money over here represents greed for me. This is actually the one quality of humanity I have the most problems with. I can't stand greed and it bothers me the most. We also have a metal chain here that represents the opposite of freedom, and I mean all of these different kinds of freedom that you can have, it being intellectual, emotional, it being about countries. Can you travel somewhere? Can you do certain things? Can you voice your opinion without fear of being ridiculed or punished? So the chain here has multiple meanings. I also put down pollution, which is the green background, the kind of earthy background that represents earth or nature. It being the energy problem or climate change, all of that. I'm very close to nature, so I can't understand how humanity could, well, just destroy the one planet that we have, and that is the source for life. And it all comes down to the greed in the end, in my opinion. That's what it boils down to, why we hate each other, why we do things to one another, why we destroy everything, and why humanity still has to learn so many things and maybe change into a better society, and I hope very soon. Because otherwise I don't know where this is going, and I feel like future generations don't have a lot of fun with their life on this planet. That's actually why the money has kind of like a center point on the page. Also, I do have a problem with homophobia. That's why that huge rainbow-colored heart is very prominent on my page, because I think that every person has the right to love whomever they want to love, and it doesn't matter if it's rich or poor, man or woman, Eastern, Western, young, old, I don't care. The discussions that we still have on our planet about the gay community being a threat or doing something wrong. I always compare it to if someone would tell me as a straight person that I could only be in love with red-haired or ginger people and not with brown, blonde or black hair. That's the same thing. How could you? How dare you deciding or oppressing people that would love somebody? And I think the greatest gift or the greatest thing that you could have as a human being and to keep society peaceful and evolving is that everybody loves somebody. And I just don't get it how one could even think that loving somebody could be a bad idea. So I'm very hopeful that, well, there will be equality at one point, and hopefully in my lifetime. I really, really hope that. I'm also hopeful that the disconnection of cultures and humanity on the electronical level will be solved in my lifetime. That's why we do have both of these cables down here. And I think I look with a very, well, not afraid, but worried eye to, for example, Turkey. They want to block Twitter, for example, or also to China. They want to block certain pages, so that being a citizen in that country, it could be very difficult to get all of the information that you want to have, read certain different opinions on something, and, well, then go on with your own opinion about something. So that disconnection down here, it reminds me of my childhood. Growing up in the GDR, there was some kind of that disconnection and misinformation, and seeing it all over again, it's surprising and yeah, kind of worrying to me that humanity did not evolve even a little bit during my lifetime so far. And that's been almost 33 years, so we still got time, I guess. So that's all what I wanted to put in that page. On the problem side, there's also this very fancy looking girl with a balloon looking very, well, young and innocent. And what I wanted to depict with her is that everybody has a voice and everybody can do something, and everybody can make a difference somehow, and oftentimes you don't even realize what kind of a difference you as a person saying something or doing something can actually do. So she's kind of like the hopeful solution to all this mess. And to make her even more ethereal, I gave her some soap bubbles that will float in the air, and that will make it, well, easier looking to solve these problems. It's not easy to solve them. I'm very aware of that, but I think making a start doing something is quite easy. So that's all of that page, the first one for the challenge. That's what I want. That's also kind of like a motivational page for me to, well, at least inform myself all the time about all the certain different things, and maybe when I'm able to do something about it. So the second week, it was my 5th wedding anniversary with my lovely husband, and that's why I produced this page that depicts my dream of growing old with him. So I want to have a good and long-lasting marriage, and you got to work at any kind of a relationship. That's nothing new, right? So I just want that work to work out in the end and sit there in bed. So this depicts my bedside, by the way, with a yellow pillowcase and the frame of one of our wedding pictures on the nightstand, and of course there's always a book. Currently there's like 6 books on my nightstand, and I have a water glass with artificial teeth on top of my book, because this is what depicts that it is not in present time but very far in the future, I hope, where I'm old and grey and well, still probably, hopefully, happily married with my husband. So I want to grow old with him. That's what the tag also says, and I did put the grow in all capital letters because I also as a person want to grow in my relationship. I guess that's kind of like a normal wish that everybody that is in a long relationship or in a marriage can understand where I'm coming from. So this is a rather simple page, I'd say, but I find it kind of funny, and it's goofy. It's goofy because the way my husband and I act around each other, it's just goofy. We have a very funny and very goofy kind of a marriage. So I married my best friend, which makes it so much easier to be around each other even on the worst days, and I think that this is a great basis for a good partnership, a good relationship, a good marriage. So that's all that I did here, and I had a lot of fun making that page. The week after was more like a sad notion, but in the end not for me, because this page is all about coming to terms with something and not wanting or doing something at any price. So these 2 letters here represent my 2 girls that have been born prematurely and did not survive, so they passed away 5 years and 8 years ago, no, 9 years ago. And finally I came to terms with my struggles of being a mom, and also the tragic loss that I experienced, and to not do all that is possible with technology and modern medicine to have a kid, and that there are other ways to leave something on this planet other than, well, your ashes, pretty much. So I guess one point or one thing that we all strive for being a parent is leaving something meaningful on this planet. And I think there's other ways that I could leave something meaningful on this planet other than kids of my own. So still, I do have this hand here that represents birth. It's some energy, some kind of energy that you hold in both hands, and that will form something in the end. So it could be, like I said in my watch along video, for me it's currently finding my art style. It's the birthing moment of my very particular art style, and that will be redefined and will grow up the next couple of years, but I think this is kind of a birthing moment. There's also other things that grow up currently that I would say are good things to leave behind on this planet once my generation is gone. So that was that week. And finally, this week we experienced the summer to end, and it did, like, overnight. We have a lot of rain currently, and it's rather very cold, too cold for this time of year, but well, what can you do about it? I like autumn. Autumn is my favorite season of the year, so I don't mind. And I all about autumn art and decorations and food, and it's just the loveliest time. So I'm very happy that autumn starts so early this year, and I hope that it will just be longer and that winter will not start too early. So I would be okay with mid to end of November for winter to start and have a very, very long autumn. That would be great. So I just made a tree that has already some colored leaves and some apples that are harvested pretty much. And these are just the remains of the soap bubbles that I did the first week, because I had some remaining, and I just used them for apples. And of course there's also this little basket underneath the tree, and somebody just collected a couple of apples, and I think this is just a very peaceful and very quiet page saying, hey autumn, welcome, it's great to have that season, and I'm celebrating it in a kind of a way. And this week I'm actually going also collecting some roots and leaves with my mom one day, going into the woods and enjoying just time together and talking and all of that. So this week here is kind of depicting my love for autumn, but also depicting the root or the source, the inner core of all of my creativity and how it could spark like right away. So this pretty much sums up August. I can't wait for September, and I guess there will only be shorter designs in September, but I have to wait for the Jenny Belly challenge, of course, and see what sparks there, because I do have a very long project that I have to film, and you will hear all about it in on the 7th of September. So we will find out what kind of designs will fill these few pages in September, and also you will find out very soon what that kind of creativity sparked, and what you can expect on my channel the next couple of months. So I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this art journal vlog this month. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would be very happy to answer them on any of my platforms, it being my webpage, the YouTube channel of course, or Facebook, Twitter, or if you are in the art journal forum of Jenny Belly, you could also write me there. There's lots of ways to connect and have a conversation going. So anyways, I thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Take good care, go create, and I see you in a couple of days on this channel. Bye!